Welcome to the Voice of Metal, where we talk about all things metal. Hopefully, I've got things squared away with the audio. We'll wait and see. I'm not 100% certain. You never know. Plus, a lot of other things that I've had issues with, like my connection. Anyway, like I've said before, I've had some issues, this, that, and the other, so I have to check to make sure that I've got it going on. But anyway, welcome back to another episode of The Voice of Metal. I just wanted to touch on, well, one, I don't know really what I'm going to talk about because there's a lot going on right now, but also there's some things that I kind of talked about before, and I don't know if I really want to talk about it because I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. But there was an article just recently about a certain individual and Pantera, I'm not going to name any names, that basically, I guess, are getting havoc about the whole reunion tour, this, that, and the other, which I can totally get people getting upset for. And he's got to realize that, not everybody's going to see it the way he sees it. But like he said, he's also you got to respect the guys and don't get so negative, which I totally understand. I see his point. But he's also got to see it from some of the fans where I think from what I've seen and what I've heard about what happened, basically what it boils down to, one of his best friends got dissed by the lead singer years ago and his brother, which are the founding members of this band. And whether, I don't know, I'm assuming they probably got permission from somebody in their family to do this. So I'm assuming it's on the level when it comes to that. But some of the other fans might not feel the same way about that because from what I've seen on interviews and stuff like that, Vinny is definitely not into that a reunion tour kind of stuff. And I totally get that, but I don't know to what extreme he's talking about because he might be talking about a full reunion tour, not a, carry on in our name kind of band. What's really saddening to me, I guess, and I think I speak for quite a few people out there, I think a lot of the people that are really upset are the ones that knew they were the founding members. They were very loyal fans. And the one person, the one certain individual that caused the band to pretty much break up, wanted to end, basically says certain things on TV, which he might not have meant, but it's pretty powerful message about doing certain things to certain people, and that caused that to happen. Whether or not he really intended on that, which I really doubt he did. So people got to understand that he probably didn't intend that. But for the longest time, they were trying to get back with him. He decided not to do it. He didn't want to be a part of that whole band thing anymore. At the time, he wanted to do his own side projects. So they started doing their own side projects too. And I think when it comes down to it, now that they are no longer around, this is where people get mad. When they're no longer around, then he's okay with it. And I think that is the whole point that people, the fans, are trying to get across to the two members that are not a part of the band originally. I know certain individuals' hearts are in the right place. But I think if they look at it at the other point of view, the people that, even though he's a good friend of his, so that's the thing is I don't understand why he would even think about doing it because they were good friends. He knows what kind of difficulty he had with this so-called one person, and we all know who that person is, right? Why he's still doing it. I don't know if he reassured him or what the deal was, or maybe the family did something that convinced him to do it. I don't know the whole story, and neither does anybody else. And we probably won't ever know the full truth on this. So, as far as a fan's point of view, I can kind of see it one way, and I can kind of see it with the fans. Because I totally get why the fans are upset. And Charlie That's the person I'm talking about. I totally get his point of view too on that, because he's representing to him, he's representing his fellow friend and fellow musician. And I totally respect that. I totally respect him when he comes up. But then also, again, he's got to understand that some people might feel like he's stabbing the guys who founded the band in the back to a point, possibly. And I think that's where everybody's hostilities are coming from, because of him not wanting to be the member of the band, or he was trying to break up the band. But now it's okay. It's okay because they're gone. So he has nobody else to answer to. That's the problem. I think that is the biggest thing that's about this, that's such an issue with the fans. I could be wrong on that. Maybe everybody else has different, opinions on that, but I don't know. But anyway, moving on. I think I'm going to end, hopefully, this from talking about it again, because I know that this has been ongoing for some time now, and there's other things to worry about than just Pantera. This is rather interesting. I saw this other article about Obituary doing 2 live stream shows, which actually I am going to be going to somewhere in May in Denver to an Obituary concert. I didn't hear a lot of their music before now, but a friend of mine, somebody that I know, is a huge fan, and actually he's made me a fan of them too. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. And some of the other metal bands I'm not familiar with, and there's some that I'm showing him that are a little bit more newer. Now this is rather interesting. There is another new article 14 hours ago. It says live footage. I guess I'll have to look this later. It's about Limp Bizkit debuts new costumes for first show of 2023. This will be interesting. There's one where he looks like a lumberjack, or like Colonel Sanders kind of lumberjack with overalls and like a beard and stuff. And then what's saying it looks like it looks like a metal samurai or something like that. I don't know. So I think it's the gentleman that always does a really wild black and white makeup in the band. So it'd be interesting to see what that's like, even though I know some people are not fans of Limp Bizkit because they're kind of not quite metal, Anyway, it's rather interesting. And then it says here, Red Fang announces 2 headlining shows before the Clutch tour. Interesting. What else was I going to talk about here? Ozzy Osbourne. Oh, Ozzy's photo shoot nightmare. Who knows? We'll see what this has. Ghost potential new music, of course. I was just watching a video about the whole story of Ghost, because I don't know that much about Ghost. I really honestly don't. I have heard some of the songs that they've done, but I don't know the whole back history or the whole interest in them. And they've shot up so massively because of their makeup and all this other stuff. It's insane. So I don't know if I like them or not. There's some things I do like about them, some things I like, I don't know what the big deal is. It's kind of like Sleep Token. I'm not sure if I get into that or not, but it might be cool for some, might not be cool for others. It's kind of like Nine Ice Kills and Five Finger. It's one of those, I'm not certain, but anyway. Now this is rather interesting. This is something I came across too, and this is all a Metal Injection right now. So you can go check it out on their website. A lot of the stuff I'm talking about. Thunderflix is a brand new streaming service for metal videos and documentaries and more. So this actually might be a really good thing for people to check out. So a lot of people like me that are wanting to know about some, I don't know every little detail of every single band out there. I don't know everybody's name. All I know is I love certain music. I know some of the band's names, and I'm trying to listen to more variety, wider spectrum of metal music that I might not know, and then try to figure out, okay, this is this band, just from the way it sounds even if I don't know it that well, just because of their playing style. And a lot of bands are like that. They have certain unique characteristics about their music usually, except for some bands. I will say this much: there is one band I hate to say that sounds an awful lot like other bands. I ain't gonna mention their name, but I'm sure some people may know one of those bands. And yeah, but they got some good music. They're very talented musicians, even if they're sound like somebody else's stuff. Um, yeah, it's rather interesting. Let's see here. Trying to think of some other stuff to talk about here. That's the reason why I got this talk, because I have no effing clue what I was going to talk about tonight. Because I was going to look over that, but I had some other things going on. Macedon, Brant. I'm not sure how to say his last name. I'm not going to even try it. Is to drum on the late night show with Seth Meyers. That's kind of cool. That was a day ago, so it was probably yesterday. So if you didn't see it, you probably missed it. But you can always watch it on demand, probably more than likely. There's an album review for Thoron Rust. I'm gonna have to check that out because I don't know that group. Killswitch Engage announces a show with Fit for Autopsy. Okay, Despise Icon and more. So Killswitch Engage has got some really good stuff. I really like some of their things and stuff like that. It's really cool. Oh, I forgot. There is something that I wanted to talk about. And this sounds like it might be interesting. I've never heard them before, so I'm going to have to check their out music. And you guys should too. Toma, I think is how you pronounce the band. If you like death metal, you need to check them out. So basically, Metal and Jacket say, if you like death metal, check them out. I like death metal. I like a lot of different metal. So I like new metal. I like some of the little bit softer stuff, some of the heavier stuff, some of the kind of stuff. The real grungy kind of sound. But I also like some that has a good balance. That's my favorite. I think ones that with balance. It's got the real heavy and the really good vocals and instruments and an iconic sound. Something that no matter how many times you listen to it, you don't get tired of it too much. But there are some bands that people like, they're like that too. Interesting. Dirk from Megadeth is talking about, breaks down his most iconic records. Okay, I don't know that much. I didn't read the article, so I'm probably not going to get into that. But this is another one that was rather interesting. I thought it was really funny how a church of all things that doesn't like usually sympathize with metal or associates with metal or likes metal or I mean, we got this whole evil things and evil this and evil that, but it's not always, people think that, but it's not like that all the time. And so some of it's kind of dark. It's kind of the emotional impact kind of thing. But this is rather interesting. The article is about Lamb of God's logo was ripped off by a Christian merchandise site, which is rather interesting. And they show pictures of some of the mugs and some of the designs, and it kind of reminds you of some of their stuff. Lamb of God Christian coffee mug, Bible verse mug. Okay, that is weird. Cheap rip-off print-on-demand sites are a dime a dozen these days, but one Christian theme was an especially interesting offer. Oh, okay, so it's a site that does Christian type stuff, but kind of pretty much ripped off their logo. A logo, let's see here, wait a minute, it jumped on me here. Alongside a very skeletal looking bird for a coffee mug that they put into Bible verse mugs. Interesting. This is likely to have some awful generated merchandise that crawls the internet for anything Christian related. Oh, and slaps it into anything and everything. So it's pretty dang funny. Basically, okay. So basically what it is I guess it's one of those ads. You see an ad, right? And you're looking for Christian stuff. And because it has God in the name, they have Lamb of God in there. But I don't know why they have Bible verses on the mug. It's rather interesting. So I don't know if this is one of those crawling things where it kind of combines all these specialized ads. that it is, or it's the actual site that ripped them off. So it's kind of interesting thought of that. It's kind of wait a minute here. Lamb of God's guitarist Mark Morton caught wind of the mug as well, saying, "You all can't be out there bootlegging my S." I'm not gonna say the word because well, it jumped on me again. Which is certainly true, but sites like Amazon, Redbubble are certainly the worst offenders when it comes to peddling very obvious bootleg merchandise, of course. Oh, and apparently people frequently buy this Lamb of God mug along a photo of Jesus. You can't make this up. Oh, really? Oh my God, really? Frequently bought together, right? They've got a picture of the Lamb of God logo, their type. They have this bird that's upside down. I don't know what the whole other images are on the mug. Looks like some skulls on the side, possibly. And it's really fancy with some, they got some fancy stuff in the background. And then a picture of Jesus walking on water right next to it. And that's frequently bought together. So people that I guess apparently like one likes the other one. Even Mark Morton. Oh yeah. It's on his Twitter account. So yeah, check it out. Check out Mark Morton's Twitter account. I ain't mad at Jesus, but y'all just can't be out there bootlegging my S. And it's funny, and it shows frequently bought together. It has a picture of the two of them together. That is insane. That is crazy. That is cool. Cool and insane at the same time. So, well, that's kind of crazy. Okay. I think that is about it. I am going to wrap it up for tonight. Hopefully I'll have some stuff tomorrow. We'll see. And I'm still not getting enough data to stream my stream live. So hopefully it'll look good when it's uploaded. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Thanks again for subscribing. Please don't forget like and subscribe. I do know that the likes are very, very, very important. So please do me a favor, like my video, because I appreciate you for doing it. So in other words, headbang the like, and if you're not a subscriber, headbang that subscribe button so we can grow the channel and get actual musical artists on here to talk to, because I know that will definitely make it happen. Thanks for watching. Take care, and you have a good night.